we've been figuring out what this is for like the last year. So they've worked with SimGrid to create racecontrol.gg. So you can now host sessions now as well. So you can host custom sessions that you can host. They can be open to the public or they can be closed, and then you can share that information to people so that they can join your lobby. So basically, open lobbies are now a thing. However, it seems like you will have to pay for each individual server.
Bit like iRacing.
Bit like iRacing.
Yeah, Race Control Pro subscription, 42 euros per annum.
Yeah.
I think that's. I mean, let's see what they offer.
Exactly.
But I also was quite excited to see the WEC overlay.
Yeah, so that's going to be basically a basic thing where, of course, on iRacing, we work really hard to create our own overlay. And of course, we have a lot of customization with that, with SDK Gaming, which is the service that we use. But for this, it's just going to be embedded where if you join as a spectator, you're going to have a WEC overlay like you would see in the real life races there straight away. Of course, it sounds great, but obviously there's going to be, for us who are so used to like having every option we could possibly ever have for a broadcast, I imagine we would load in and say, well, where's this, this, and this? But I think it's a good start.
It is, and I saw they're going to give external access via HTML, so you can put a web URL in your OBS and do that. So I think on the broadcast, they're trying to get out of the gate with the hosted side of it. They're trying to allow the broadcasting side of it. So you have that two-tier system, which is exciting to see. But yeah, I did see you can host servers outside of the Race Control subscription. The Race Control subscription's there for your...
For entering races. Well, it's unsure actually what this is for, but one of the elements that they've talked about is their enhanced online competitions. So there will be championships. There might be several championships going on at a time, and there will be races during the week or over a couple of days, or maybe just one day, or it might just be one race, which you will join. And you might be able to join multiple of these races, or just have one go at one of these races, and you get put into a leaderboard. And I think the plan would be in future that will qualify for your events or win prizes potentially. And so it's maybe a bit like a iRacing special event, but more regular, like weekly stuff. And yeah, this subscription will get you into those races.
Where have they set in stone where the crossover between Race Control GG and SimGrid is? I know there was a lot of partnership and collaboration, but obviously SimGrid are going to want SimGrid events, and Race Control want their events. Have they covered where the distinction will be, or is it just a case because they didn't rule out local motorsports, or was that AC Evo that? No, it was AC Evo that said we will be welcoming others. SimGrid have done very well to get their claws into all these, considering what LFM pulled off. SimGrid have done a very good job. So it'll be interesting to see. I am excited.
The positive with this as well, in comparison to some of the LFM stuff, is that you have to go through LFM and that sort of side, whereas this, you just go straight to racecontrol.gg and it should all be hosted from there. There is also Race Control Pro Plus,
I'm just looking
which will make everything, which is a subscription, and that will give you access to everything on Le Mans Ultimate, as well as all Studio 397 stuff as well. So it will give you R Factor 2 as well, for as long as your membership lasts for.
Kartcraft?
Was that Studio 397 though?
I think they bought it. I don't think it was.
That's Motorsport Games.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, but that was I can't even remember what they used to be called, but it turned into Motorsport Games Australia.
This announcement though is a bit late. Shouldn't they have warned people that like have bought a pack? You can buy stuff already, can't you? On Ultimate or not?
There's DLCs available. Yeah.
So this monthly gives you the DLCs for free.
Yes.
So it's a bit weird, right? You've bought one. Do you now deliberately not get it and go with the Pro and then buy your deals? Like, how do you? Where's the it's a confusing distinction that they've done late. $650 a month. That puts them in the. They better give us iRacing server quality. Like if they get the numbers, like if the numbers come, if we get bigger races, if we get 40 splits on a Saturday for some huge event, it best work.
Yeah, I mean that'd be my concern, I guess, for this for what they're doing is like when it comes to iRacing special events, obviously they're huge events, whereas this seems to just be like weekly stuff, and you sort of think, what's the advantage of doing that in comparison to just doing the free races that they've been hosting for a while?
Well, I assume they're going to bring those down. Like, I'm assuming this was a test bed to build what they have. I can't imagine they're going to be
daily races or whatever you want to call them. I think they'll continue. I don't think it will be.
I hope so.
I'm not sure. I think these ones will be just bigger events.
They just need to find the numbers now. I've been impressed with how the numbers haven't fallen away, but the numbers aren't enough for them to make this business work.
Sure.
600 people a day, it would be good if me and you were making a game, which we haven't ruled out, right?
No, it's coming.
It's coming. But they aren't going up anymore. We see, basically what I'm trying to say is we see smaller and smaller increments on which was it? Which one? Sam. Here we go. So here's an announcement, nice and big. Here's an announcement, medium. Here's an announcement, bit smaller. Here was launch. I'd like to try and see if they could hang on to these highs a little longer. I mean, obviously, with the amount of events they have, this isn't too bad for the daily races. I know it looks dire, but when you're jumping into a race, you get 5 splits. You don't think anything of it. You forget that how that could be possible because iRacing's so dispersed, you know. But still, they've got to prove the numbers.